Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. I got those wrong. I got those mixed up. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm your host, Matthew Batiri, here today for your free altcoin technical analysis video. That's right. I'm here to look at the charts for you. So we can determine if your altcoin or SHIT coin is of any value or will be pumping in the near future. So feel free to leave me a comment below. But something that I'm a little bit annoyed at myself, if you watched Monday's stream, I told you guys I was looking at 4 stocks that I was looking to invest in during this crash, just basically FANG stocks. So you got Apple, Facebook, Tesla, Nike, and Twitter. And God behold, I wake up to the news today that Elon finally agrees to buy Twitter at a pump. And we've seen an absolute pump, 22% for Twitter. I'm a little bit beside myself that I missed that. I'm expecting all markets to continuously drop. So could this be just a FOMO pump? I don't know. But anyways, I'm a little bit annoyed at myself that I didn't jump on, especially because it was at such a discount. It was from $80 down to, where was it yesterday? 42. That's, 50% discount on a stock that now Elon Musk owns. So I may even go a little bit, I might try and buy some stocks. Look, it's probably not the best time because we just had a big pump, but God, it's just annoying. So anyways, speaking of stocks, one thing that I watched on the weekend before I get any requests for altcoin technical analysis, if you're just joining me, feel free to comment below your favorite altcoin. I'll do some TA on it. But I watched this the other night, GameStop Doco. I watched this on Netflix. I really recommend it. It's the documentary on the GameStop / Wall Street Bets Reddit, where they pumped up, GameStop, the stock. If you didn't hear about it, it's huge on the news. Basically, a lot of big institutions were shorting GameStop because they didn't think that the company was going to last. And then basically a band of people on Reddit pooled together all their money to short squeeze the hell out of a couple of hedge funds. So it's pretty interesting. It's great. It's a 3-part doco. 3 30-minute sections, but I definitely recommend you watch it. It was a really good watch. I learned about how they did it and stuff, and it was good. And just really recommend it if you're into trading and stocks. Alrighty, so whilst we wait for some people to let us know what cryptocurrencies they would like me to do some technical analysis on, I want to bring up something that which I made an error of on Monday's live stream. And I just picked up on it because I watched my video back because, like all content, if I want to make better content, I should be watching my videos back. I noticed that, firstly, on the daily scale, I drew a green trend line. Let me remove the moving averages, but I drew this green trend line, and I said to you guys, when drawing trend lines, make sure you're always on auto and not on log because it'll skew the trend line. And the auto, when you're on auto, so normal, when you're on auto and you're drawing trend line, you're going to get a more accurate trend line because when you're in log, if we chuck on log, we can see that it's different because it's logging the price action, so we can get like a nice looking chart just on the screen. But what I had noticed that I made a mistake is I told you guys to always to draw trend lines on auto. But what I failed to do is when I was showing you guys the past history of bump and runs, I actually had it drawn incorrectly. So here's the one back from 2018. You can see the trend line holding us down. And once we break that trend line, it's an explosive move to the upside. So I want you to look at this candle. So once we broke that trend line, look at this candle. Okay, very big candle. We went from 4,100 to 5,300. Okay, so lots of volume. Price goes up, that means a lot of volume is traded. Here is back in 2014. We have the same trend line. And when I zoom in and we look at this price action, like I should have done this on the last one, but the last one was basically about 25%. Let me remove that. Let me start that again. Back in here in 2015, we had a 30% pump over a week after Bitcoin had broken the trend line. And then once more, I've got to do this because we're in auto, remember, and not in log scale. So hence why I have to zoom in. So we can see we have this trend line, not as good as the three that I just showed you, but you can clearly see that once we break this trend line on a macro scale, we did pump like 38%. Now, why I'm bringing this up is because if we now look at Bitcoin with its trend line and the breakout that we've had over the last 24 hours, it's only been like 4%. It's pretty measly to me, especially for such a big break of this trend line. So what I think is happening is we're basically getting a lot of people interested in FOMOing long. They're like, oh, we've broken the trend line. Let's now go long. This is the bump and run pattern. It's for sure. I haven't actually been looking at YouTube videos of other content creators for a while, but I probably should look at them actually after I finish this video. I will go see what they're posting, but I could probably, let's have a quick look. Rather than me say that I think they're going to be talking about it, let's have a look. Crypto, Bitcoin. Bitcoin to 11,500. Okay, so no, he hasn't. Oh, actually, should I go to videos? Okay, so I'll have to watch these videos to see what he's saying, but I'm assuming he'll be talking about the bump and run pattern, the moon. These are guys that are just FOMO boys. Let's have a look. 30,000 Bitcoin trade live, trade alert, my new Bitcoin trade. Okay, so yeah, interesting. We'll see what he says. I'll probably have to watch some of these videos. Okay, here we go. Look at this Bitcoin breakout 2 days ago. So this is where I would assume he's talking about the bump and run pattern. So I'm going to watch these videos after I'm done with you guys. And then I will, let you guys know next live stream if they were calling out the opposite that normally happens. So, Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin things, but we'll have to see if we get some volume. So let's have a look at the DXY because there's an inverse correlation with Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin has a positive correlation with all the altcoins that has manifested itself over the years. But Bitcoin goes down, you bet your bottom dollar your altcoins are going down. So we have this trend line right here. We're getting a bit of a pullback on the daily scale. As you can see, we are overextended on the Bollinger Bands. So price is going to reset for a while. This usually gives a bit of fuel to Bitcoin, but when we see this, for example, here on the daily stochastic, we can see the moving averages looking to flatten out and start turning to the upside. So I can just foresee this price just continuing to the upside. You can see it's just higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is going to be another higher low. It's just on a bit of a run right now, a bit of a bull run, and it's affecting obviously risk on assets such as Bitcoin and altcoins. So that's why we need to keep an eye out on this. Yes, it looks like it wants to sort of go sideways for the time being, which might be good. On the 4 hour, let's have a look. Well, we're just entering the red money flow, but as you can see here, when we're in the red money flow, we kind of just chilled here. We just kind of went sideways. Well, we just got this pump and then sideways, but I just don't foresee us going down too much on the DXY, which means Bitcoin should be going down. So we might just do the same thing here, flat line, and then more upside because that's the trend right now. Do we have it could be even a parallel channel a little bit. Bit of a parallel channel, so we had the dip under, but then we regathered support. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the channel by the looks of it, and I think we're just going to continue moving. But look, if it does break down, awesome. That means money's going to be coming back into Bitcoin, and that's what we want. All right, guys, if you're watching this, here we go. We got a comment. Interested in hearing your thoughts on one of a couple of wildcards: ICP, Internet Computer, and XPR Proton. Okay. Sure, Connor. Let's have a look. I know that you messaged me on Slack. I'm not too sure if you saw my reply, and if you replied, I'm sorry, I have not seen your reply. So bear with me. I will try and get back to you. ICP. Yeah, internet computer things. Yeah, let's go this one. The Binance version. Okay. So this thing, I remember this thing when it came out, it absolutely went crazy and everyone was like, what is this thing? I don't think it got this high. I did think it got to the 200s though, but let's check on log. See what I mean? When you don't have things on log, the price and may look a bit silly. So you want to use logs on certain things, but make sure you're using it not on log when drawing trend lines. So yeah, I do remember this like coming out of the gates really hot. Everyone was talking about it, but then it's just been going down ever since. So it's hard to give any TA on this one just because like it is kind of new. So we haven't had like a full amount of time. Like look, if we look here, it's just been over like this coin is, you know, close to just over a year old. So it's not a whole lot of price data. Like the only thing I can tell you, I can see that we kind of maybe, we're maybe forming like a bit of a double bottom here, you know, like, I mean, most assets are oversold, but there's not enough price action for me to give you anything. Like it's really hard to see as well. If this was the top, the Fibonacci retracement is going to look really weird, but maybe if I take it from here, you know, I can give you like an indication where, you know, if the price goes up, I mean, there you go. It's like we're at $4. You know, the price could come back up to 260 and then we have a pullback from there. But apart from that, like there's not a whole lot that I can really give you. We can draw a couple of trend lines like what we did with Bitcoin. You can see here that trend line's holding us down. So looks like the price action, we're on log. Let me go off log and okay, I've got to zoom in. All right, so let's have a look. Can we get a bit of a trend line here? I guess like, yeah, this is kind of a trend line. You know, we've got something there. All right, it's not perfect, but no trend line is. Okay, so we can see when we zoomed in, once we break this trend line, we had a bit of a pump. Look, like what we talked about, but now it's just consolidation. Yeah, most things kind of look like they've bottomed out. Bitcoin looks like it's bottomed out, but I'm just fearful that the current macroeconomic cycle or events that we have forthcoming is going to be, you know, when nothing positive. The Fed meeting again today or tomorrow about something. If that's bad, if that's negative, the markets will probably dump. So even though most things like year to year, I would say look like they've bottomed down, they probably would have been, because we are in a looming recession/depression. It throws a lot of models out in regards to what we think is the bottom or not. All right, come on, out you go. Go, buddy. Sorry, my dog is wanting to go out. All right, so the next one you want to cover, I hope that answers your question, Connor. Like there's not a whole lot of data to give you price predictions, but this is consolidation. Sideways is good. Sideways builds a floor. It builds confidence in the asset price at that price. So you're getting it quite cheap compared to like where it was. Like it's, you know, it's a huge discount. Like let's just quickly, I mean, I'm just going to go from $300. But, you know, that's 98%. Most altcoins do that during the bear market. So it's at a good price. Even if you get it much lower, then, you know, just dollar cost average, that's what I would recommend. But, yeah, I'd have to read into the project. I don't know too much about it. Obviously, I knew it was about probably information technology, but I never actually bought any XPR. XPR, so Proton, alrighty. Looks like it's only on KuCoin and a couple other ones, so let's have a look. Okay, so this one, you know, probably been around a little bit longer. We're October, September. Oh, no, about a year. Okay. So you can just draw like a simple fib from this local high to there. Like if we do pump up, then it goes up to 0.00532. Okay, so quite, is it, you know, it's pegged to the tether. Okay, so that's where the first line of, you know, resistance, well, no, I wouldn't say first line of resistance. You've just got plenty of resistance here. You've got this sort of trend line here, you know, this will be somewhere where you would look to sell. Then macro, obviously you would do another golden pocket from here, could do one from here, could do one from here, then here, and then here. So you have a few big sell options to the upside, but has it bottomed out? That's what I should have done actually with ICP. Let me go back to all my charts with ICP. Okay. XPR, you can see that the stochastic wants to roll over, so it's doing well. It's going to have a bullish momentum on the weekly. This is a project that, looks like it's bottomed out, and now we're going to be moving to the upside. So, yeah, it looks good. I might even get a bag myself. You never know. Okay, on the daily, it looks like it'll probably have one more push to the downside, but what we want to see is we want to see a break of 0.001935 in price action. So price just slightly coming below here, but then forming a bullish divergence. The stochastic is about to turn over, so it looks like more selling to come for Proton, but on the weekly, it looks good. On the weekly, it looks like we could get a bullish divergence. So it's not, and the stochastic is looking to cross to the upside, but this is something else. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you looking. No worries. ICP. Let me go back to ICP just quickly because I didn't have my indicators on. So, okay, weekly is not looking good at all. Yep. So stochastic is to the upside, meaning it can come down more. So ICP does look like it could sell off more. The daily doesn't look that great either. Stochastic is on the upside, so it's looking to roll over at some point. So yeah, look, possibly more downside for ICP. Much the same way that I think Bitcoin's going to go down, but only till I'm biased towards the downside as of now. But I hope that I'm wrong. Of course, I always want the price to go up, but what I'm seeing in front of me here on the charts is telling me that we will probably go lower, unfortunately. But trust me, I want this price to go up like everyone else. It's been a long bear market, even though it only feels like 4 weeks. No, sorry. I know it's only been a year, but man, we can have some drawn out bear markets. That's the annoying thing. Let's quickly have a look at like the last bear market. Let's just go from top to this first low before we saw like a reversal, because I don't think we've seen much reversal here in the last year. We kind of had like here this hopium, but it's just been all one way for like a year. So how long were we going in this downfall? Because this also probably felt exactly the same. So this was a year as well to the day. Look, that 364 days, exactly a year. And then we reversed up. So how long have we been in the bear market? Let's go from that one to there. 329 days. So we could still have 34 days more of bear market before we pump to the upside. Let's have a look how long this bear market lasted. 406 days, so close to a year. This was like a mid bull market, bear market. That one was 3 months. And then we have this one. That one, oops, let me just move that so I can get it. That was 154-day bear market. So that one was just over 400. This one was a year, 365 days, and this one is at 330 days. So do we have one more leg down and then we start the bull market? That is probably what I think is most likely. But look, hey, don't get me wrong. If we pump from here, I'm going to be even more happier than getting cheaper prices. So that's about it. All right, a couple of people watching. Check Gala. Someone asked me, I think I looked at Gala last week. So no worries, Samir. Or Litecoin, okay. Oops, got the timing wrong. Just curious, market side B, is that a paid indicator? If so, how much? Yes, it is, Alan. Good question. I paid for it ages ago. It was $1,500 US at the time. I don't know what it is these days. Sorry, mate. Just head to market cipher. Here we go. This could be it. Buy. Yeah. Oh, okay. So there you go. Lifetime plan. This is what I purchased. That's what I purchased. All right, we're on Gala. Look, guys. Yeah, a lot of these coins that you guys have given me to look at. There's not a whole lot of history data to look. Like you can just can plot your basic your basic support and resistance lines, right? You can do that, or like your trend line, like up here that we've done for every coin today. You know, everyone's following that same pattern. But basically, once the price action goes above this high, for example, then we're likely that we have a trend reversal. So if we see this, then I'm like, okay, sweet, we're out of the bear market. Now I can start doing some fib retracements. But with some of these coins that you guys are giving me, like I can't really do much apart from fib retracements or whatever. So fib retracement from the high to low, we're looking at, you know, it could pump up to 56 if Bitcoin starts pushing to the upside and has a bear market rally like it has the last three bull markets. Yeah, sweet, we could go back up to like 66 cents. But before all that, like you could draw a fib just from this one to there, and we can see that at 6 cents, you know, 0.059 and 0.061, we're going to start seeing some resistance. So with some of these coins, you want me to do some TA, that's like all I'm going to do is draw some fibs from here to here and draw some support and resistance lines, and then I'll look at market cipher B and the stochastic and see where they're pointing. So right now the weekly looks like it wants to point to the upside. That's great. On the 5-day, it's also looking like it's wanting to break to the upside. Stochastic on the daily is quite high, so it makes me think that we're probably going to maybe roll back over, either do an equal low and then maybe move to the upside. But we're still, you know, but things on the weekly, the macro, so the large scale, it looks like it's pushing, it wants to push in the opposite direction. So we could be close. We are close to a bottom. We're the same thing with Bitcoin. We're close to a bottom. Do we just have one more leg down? Like it's more likely we're closer to the end of the bear market than we are to the beginning. So that's something that we should be really happy with. We're nearly out of it. So that was Gala. Someone wants me to look at Litecoin. Binance. All right, Litecoin. I thought this would have more history. Litecoin's been around for a while. Let's see if I can find another chart. Bitfinex. No, we don't want to do that. I thought Bitfinex would be the best. Here we go. Is that it? There we go. See, I think I spoke about Litecoin last week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spoke about Litecoin last week. But you can kind of draw a bit of a trend line here. But just like everything else, like Litecoin's a bit funny. Like it's technical analysis now that I look at the chart. It's not like super the same as any other coin. A lot of people were actually underwhelmed with its performance this bull run, and like totally agree. I mean, look at it since the COVID dump, it only went up like 14x, 16x. Like it's not a whole lot. Like Ethereum outdid it, and Litecoin is older than Ethereum. So, you know, you bought at 23, sold at 417. That's like it's not too bad. But you know, even Bitcoin did better. And usually altcoins should outperform Bitcoin, but Litecoin was one of those ones that didn't do too well. So, I mean, you've got an equal top up here. So, you know, could we be forming just a huge triangle? Like, I doubt it. Like, it's just, that would be years. Look at that, 2030. Going out to 2030. Imagine waiting 10 years for this triangle to break out. That'd be hilarious. So could Litecoin just be stuck in this humongous triangle for the next 10 years? Possibly. Haven't heard much about Litecoin for a while if they're doing any development. It was prompted to be like the best peer-to-peer last bull market. Everyone's like, let's just use Litecoin to do peer-to-peer because it's fast and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it hasn't really done much since our last bull market. So yeah. Yeah, okay, like there's not much to say. Like just like the other coin, all I could do is I could draw some fibs in regards to upper target. It looks like we have a bit of a trend line here, like for support. So it'll probably get respected. Am I on log? Okay, I'm on, there you go. So see that triangle that I just drew? Invalidate that. we are on the log. So remember, as I said, you want to draw lines when you are in auto and not on log, because you get skewed, obviously, data. So right now, let's redraw this trend line from here to here. Boom. Looks like Litecoin's got a fair bit of work to do till it has its breakout. It's a bit of a slow performer. But I mean, you could say that we have like a descending wedge, which is a bullish pattern, you know, something like that. You could draw that. You could say that we're in a bullish pattern. We just have to have a bit more pain, and then we'll move to the upside. A bit like here, you know, had this descending wedge, you could say. Even you could just pull that one there, kind of like that, or descending wedge. There you go, descending wedge. It's like a descending bear flag, bull flag, one of the two. I forget which one. A pennant. This is a bullish pennant, I think they call it. And this would also be a bullish pennant where we've come to the end and then we sort of break out to the upside. So all this is telling me is we're just going to see a lot of resistance next bull market around about the $400 mark for Litecoin, and it might just not go anywhere other than there, because it didn't surpass its previous bull run high by a lot. So it's underwhelming. All right, guys, I've been here for a while. So if you like this video, then please click the like button below. If you want to see more, make sure you click subscribe as well. And if you want to be notified when I'm going live, so you're not late like Alan Trembath, then you can put the notifications on, and you'll get notified, I think, 30 minutes before I jump on live. So that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed today's free altcoin technical analysis live stream. If you missed this and you're watching us on replay, feel free to join me at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time each and every Wednesday for your altcoin technical analysis. That's it from me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.